I didn't factor in only having 2 hands when I was going to do this. So let's do that like that. There we go. Hi guys, how's it going? Are we feeling good? Are we feeling thoroughly entertained? I hope so. Oh my god. I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to be here at Hot Weirdos and to be considered a hot weirdo as opposed to another one, right? Yeah. I have a lot of compassion for people like Mitch McConnell. You know what I mean? What an existence! What a sad existence! I would be a supervillain too. If I looked like that every day. I don't know how he does it. He'll be gone soon. That's fine. Poor guy. Yeah. Any weirdos in the audience? That's like 90% of you. Some of you are lying though, for sure. Some of you are just normies with a quirk. But that's okay. That is okay. There's nothing wrong with being normal. That's why it's called being normal. Okay? The weirdo lifestyle, not for everyone. It is inescapable. It's like a stain on your soul that affects everything you touch. And you cannot wash it out no matter how hard you try. It's a little tough sometimes to be weird. That's okay. I remember the moment I found out that I was weird. And I'd like to tell you about it. It was 5 years ago in a grocery store in Oregon. And something cool about Oregon is that there are no black people there, which is cool if you like to feel special, like me. And but on one day, I was walking into the Fred Meyer grocery store, and before me in the produce section was a black man. And I was so excited to see him. I almost like went up to him and was like, "Can you believe that we're here at the same time? Right now in this store? What are you buying?" But I didn't do that because I thought that would be weird. And I'm not weird. So I went about my business and I trusted that our paths would cross organically if it was meant to be, if I was meant to speak with him. And so like 5 minutes later, I'm in the cereal aisle and he like materializes next to me. And he was shorter than me, so he kind of startled me. He was like, "Excuse me," and I was like, "Fuck! Hey, I don't have any money." And he was like, "Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you. I wanted to tell you, like, I really like your style. And I think you've got a good look going, and if I were a couple inches taller, I'd ask you for your number." Fucking smooth, right? Shit! But I was shocked, because not only was I not used to speaking to black people, I also had never been hit on before. Like, so I was like, I don't know. What do I, there was a moment where I was like, shit. I was coming into this situation with only the tools I had gathered from like observing white men my whole life. Okay, so like that was what I was working with at the time. And what I heard him say was, "You are beautiful, but due to the difference in our stature, I cannot ask for your hand, and therefore I just want to give you the compliment for your benefit, and nothing more." I did not know that he was asking me for my number. I didn't know that. So I turned and he said, "I like your look. I'd ask you for your number, but I won't." I took him very literally. And so this is what I did. I turned to him and I said, "Hey man, thank you so much. I really appreciate you saying that. What's your name?" And I shook his hand. Now, I don't remember that man's name, but I do remember the way that the light in his eyes faded as our hands clasped. Because I didn't give him one of these. I didn't give him a girl shake. I didn't know those existed. I thought there was one handshake that I would ever need, and it was the handshake that is exchanged by 2 white men who respect each other. That is what I gave him. Because I thought that he was being bold, he was being brave, he was being chivalrous, and I appreciated that shit. So I said, "Thank you so much. Put her there." I gave him one of those. Like, I crushed his hand. And his spirit. I didn't know that was going to happen. I thought I was doing the right thing. I killed that man. I ruined his life. I know in my heart, he never asked out another tall bitch ever again. Like, I know he's out there right now, like, looking at a baddie and being like, "I can't." crushing men's spirits with just like being yourself in the grocery store, then I don't think you deserve to call yourself weird. That's just how I feel about it. If you can't relate to that story, then you're not fucking weird. Shit. I found this juice box in the back, and I feel unstoppable. I love it. Shit. Do you guys have tonsil stones? You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Tonsil stones. For those of you who don't know what tonsil stones are, they are rancid deposits of minerals and bacteria that live in the back of your throat. Delicious! Yummy! For those of you who do know what tonsil stones are and have experienced them, have you ever sucked dick so hard that it dislodges some of your tonsils? Has that ever happened? Okay, me neither. That's never happened before. But if it did, I imagine it would kind of feel like you were a boxer who just got your teeth knocked out. You know? You'd be like, spit. And then you get back in the ring. You know what I mean? Like, that's all right, it's free healthcare, you guys. We take it where we can when you're over the age of 26. Dick is my dental plan. That's what I've got. Did you know that dentists can tell when you suck a lot of dick? I was told this recently, and I chose to believe this person that told me. But, and that's so fucked up, because that means that like the last time I got my cavities filled, that like I was just in the chair, you know, blissfully unaware, under local anesthesia, watching fucking Vine compilations with my headphones in, just like, so good, croissant. And that my dentist was like drilling my cavities, like, you fucking slut. God damn, these cavities are the least of your concern. You need Jesus and a new esophagus. I don't know how it works. I imagine it to be like kind of like the growth rings of a tree or something like that. I'm just kidding, you guys. I'm not actually a slut, despite my best efforts. I've only sucked 2 dicks in my whole life. My whole life! Even my mom's like, you could do better. Pussy. You're a fucking coward. But my mom's a slut. So she's also here. She's cool. She knows what's up. She calls me a prude. It's awesome. But yeah, I'm single and dating. It's hard being a prude, dating in LA, and being weird. Also, it's hard being weird and hot. It's very confusing for everyone involved. And I don't get hit on very often. I really don't. And when I do, it's like by someone that I'm not interested in. But it's always very like respectful. I always get hit on very respectfully. For example, the last time I got hit on, I was working, it's like the end of my shift, and I was taking the trash out. I work in this apartment center. And I was approaching the trash room, the trash building of the apartment center, and I saw that there was a man bathing himself in the faucet of the trash. And I thought, that's none of my business. So I rounded the corner and we kind of like startled each other. He was like, ah! And I was like, don't worry about it, you're good. I didn't look at him. I was just like, no, at ease. And I threw my trash away. And I turned to leave, and he calls out and he's like, sorry about that. He apologized. He was like, sorry about that. And I said, no, you're fine. You're fine. To which he replied, no, you're fine. All due respect. Sir, my goodness, I've only ever sucked 2 dicks in my life, so I was impressed. And I was like, shit, all due respect, sir. I don't care how wet that man was, he was a gentleman, and I like that. So I turned to him, and he said, hey man, I really appreciate you saying that. What's your name?